the fight to live independently is not one Dawn Cowley can win on her own. She needs help with every aspect of her daily routine. Support partly paid for years by the Independent Living Fund. That fund has now been transferred to local councils, and Dawn's wants to cut her round-the-clock care package to around 35 hours a week, a move she's fighting. She says after paying for all the essential care she needs, she'll only be able to afford help to go out a few hours a week.
I'll be housebound, I'll be a prisoner. It's not just about being clean and sitting in front of a TV all day. People need to have a life. People need to be able to go out and do things. I'm still a relatively young woman. Why should I just have to be happy with just going out for 6 hours a week?
What about the argument that they need to make cuts? They simply can't afford to do what you would like them to do?
Well, the fact is that, okay, that's not really my problem. My condition is the same as it was 25 years ago. The ILAF money is still within the council. The fact that the government didn't say it had to be ring-fenced doesn't necessarily mean that the council can't see upon themselves that they should ring-fence it. I think they just want to use the money for all sorts of other things.
We sent freedom of information requests to all 150 local authorities in England with responsibility for social care. Around 90% responded. 67% have not ring-fenced the money, while more than 3/4 have cut the care packages of former Independent Living Fund users. And it all depends now on where you live. In Kirklees, for example, no one had a cut, but just next door in Oldham, 69% of people did.
Making us equal to other young people who would just be able to...
Hannah Lou Blackall knows all about the postcode lottery. After the Independent Living Fund was closed, Norfolk County Council cut her care package by 40%. She's just moved here to Hampshire to start a new job, but it means being reassessed. If she loses any more, working may just prove too difficult.
If I don't have 24-hour care support, then I can't work, and then I'm not paying tax. You're getting sort of mixed messages all the time. We want you to work, we want you to contribute to society, but actually we might not be able to fund your care. It's sort of...
And how important is it to be able to do what you think everybody else does?
People are like, oh, well, why do you work? Why do you, why do you put yourself through, having to get everything in place to be able to work? But actually it's being, it's giving me something that isn't defined by my disability. Good boy. Off you go that way. Good boy.
For people like Hannah Lou, not being defined or confined by their disability was the whole point of the Independent Living Fund. The Department for Work and Pensions told us today,
we've given the entire £180 million English ILF budget to local authorities, and it's for them to decide how to administer this funding, as they know best how to support disabled people in their area.
There were a string of protests by disabled people about the transfer of the fund into local authority hands. Councils insist they are protecting the most vulnerable, but say government cuts mean they've got to do more for less, a situation unlikely to improve soon.
Next year, we will be in the pit of the bottom of the U-bend on funding, so it's going to be very difficult. Once you have lost services, they won't come back in a hurry. And it's going to be a real challenge for all local authorities who are dealing with social care.
And that's worrying for Hannah Lou. Her old authority, Norfolk County Council, said it had never been able to guarantee matching the Independent Living Fund, but has done its best. She's now got to wait to see what her new postcode delivers.